Hello, I am Rajen Verma. Today we are going to discuss on question documents. This lecture is divided in 8 modules. Module 1, Introduction of question documents. Module 2, Classification of question documents. Module 3, Photography of question documents. Module 4, Collection, Preservation and Dispatching. Module 5, Instruments for question documents analysis. Module 6 and 7, Scientific examination of question documents. Module 8, Conclusion. Before discuss the introduction of question documents, it is necessary to know about the word document. What do you understand by word document? A paper contains writing or signature or both. In general, people think same about the document, but in a broad sense, word document means a letter, figure, mark written on any writing surface by any writing instrument which may used to record the matter is considered as document. Section 3 of Indian Evidence Act 1872 defines the document means matter expressed or described upon any substance by means of letter, figure, marks or more than one of those means intended to be used for purpose of recording the matter. The term document covers the wide range from handwriting to typewriting, printed matter, lithography and photography, etc. The document has two important ingredients: a writing surface and writing instrument. The writing surface ranges from paper to wood, floor, wall, stone, skin and cloth, etc. Similarly, the writing instrument also vary. It includes pen, pencil, crayons, charcoal, human fingers also. To make it more clearly, here I am giving you an example. In a criminal case, miscreant slit the throat of a person and escaped away. The victim was alive then. He wrote the name of miscreant on the floor. He used his finger as a writing instrument and blood as a writing fluid. After some time he died, but he created a document. Examination of this suicide note proved instrumental in solving a brutal murder case. The document is closely attached with our daily life. From birth to death certificate, it is associated with us in various fields including education, business, public and government transactions, banking, finance and corporate sectors. Role of question document is invaluable. Do you know that how document or writing is otherwise important for us? Simply, it is an effective means to communicate our ideas to others. Another important aspect is that a writer can be identified by the examination of his writing characteristics. This identification plays a very vital role in police investigation. It provides important evidence to criminal justice system. It proves the guilty. Interestingly, handwriting is also being used in graphology. Do you know about the graphology? Graphology means evaluation of personality by handwriting analysis. However, it is merely estimation. A lot of questions often rose about its finding. It is also considered as a pseudoscience. In our lifespan, we write a lot and created numerous documents. Is the every document is the question documents? No, certainly not. So how a document become a question document? The answer is when any suspicion or challenge is raised about the authenticity of a document or part thereof, the document become question document. The word disputed documents, spurious documents, contested documents are also used for the same question documents. In scientific and the legal circle, we frequently come across with the word forensic document. What does it mean? The word forensic incorporates scientific techniques and knowledge using for investigation and legal problem. In context of forensic document, it means a disputed document which is investigated and examined with scientific techniques and has evidential value in the eye of the court. In the present scenario, the white collar crime are on the rise. Nowadays, forgers are quite skilled. They forge the document cleverly using modern techniques. Such crimes are committed or through the documents. White collar crimes generally cause a huge economic loss to the victim, financial scam on large scale, may weaken the country on economic front also. In detection of such crimes and criminals, question documents plays a crucial role. On the basis of challenge to authenticity of a document can be classified in the following classes. Signature denied, this is the first category. In this category, the signature of executor or witness of the document is challenged. Majority of cases are falls under this group. Denial of signature may be honest or deliberate with malified intention to get advantage later on. Signature accepted but document challenged. In good number of cases, the body writing of document is prepared fraudulently by using the genuine signature of the authorized writer. Such signatures are obtained on either on blank paper or by the process of trickery. The available blank space above the genuine signature is used by the forger cunningly in his interest. Fraudulent alteration in original writing is challenged. Sometimes forger alters the original word or letter by adding or removing certain writing strokes cunningly and cleverly, so he can get the illegal advantage. Such documents lost its original status and convey misleading message to someone. In many cases, on suspicion, documents are challenged. Documents challenged on the ground of the age. In some cases, the document is challenged on the basis of its age. The forger prepare a registry or deed recently, but he claims that it is age old. Determination of age of that document become very significant and rather than identification of handwriting. Next, question raised on the crossing of strokes. Many a times, complainant claims that certain part of a text is added later on in the available space of a original document. The sequence of crossing of writing strokes are challenged. Disorder in sequence of crossing of writing strokes reveals that the suspicious part is added afterward. Photocopies, carbon copies are questioned. Photocopies and carbon copies are often objected to admit them in a place of original document. On the ground of possible manipulation, they are challenged. Typewritten matters. Suspicion may also be made on typescript for fraudulent addition in typescript. Photography is a significant aid in most of the cases of examination of question documents. The photographs are useful means to demonstrate the minute writing features in convincing and effective manner. It also provides help in keeping the permanent record and correct record of original document. In cases of missing or lost documents, photographs may be produced in the court of law. To some extent, it also facilitates the examination of question documents. It is one of the means to observe the minute and inconspicuous writing features quite clearly. Accurate enlargement of writing provides help in correct interpretation of writing characteristics. Any fraudulent manipulation or accidental change in the document can be noticed with the help of photographs. For a document expert, it provides a great help in refreshing the memory of relevant facts of the case before appearing in the court of law. Side-by-side comparison between question and standard writing by preparing juxtaposition chart can also be carried out by the help of photographs. Do you know about the juxtaposition chart and how it can be prepared? It is quite simple. Prepare the photo prints of writing of question and standard document. Cut the specific letter from the question writing and paste in a column. Then cut a same letter from the standard writing and paste them in front of question writing. Such arrangement provides an opportunity of side-by-side comparison of the same letters in a single view. It is an effective way of thorough comparison and examination of writing between the question and standard documents. Erasure by rubber can also be revealed sometimes by oblique light photography. In this process, document is placed obliquely before the plane of lens. Photography with proper filter enhances or suppresses the particular color. Such photo prints give a clear look of writing strokes. Symptoms of chemical erasure under UV light and ink differentiation under IR light is recorded distinctly. or by specialized photography. Stereoscopic photography. Photography under stereoscopic view provides the three-dimensional image of writing. It is often helpful in determining the sequence of writing strokes. Photography in stereoscopic view recorded the position and location of the writing strokes distinctly and clearly. In many ways, the document photography is found instrumental in examination of question documents. The handwriting science is basically a science of comparison. The two sets of handwriting, one is unknown and another is known, are compared. The writing which unknown or under challenge is called question writing. The question document may be genuine or fake. For ascertaining the veracity of the question document, thorough scientific examination with known standard is necessary. In fact, the standard writing play a decisive role in examination of a question document. Sufficient and authentic standard writing is the first and the foremost requirement for comparison process. The ideal standard writing contains sufficient amount of identifying writing features. It exhibits writing habits and fairly good range of natural variations in the writing. The standard writing can be classified in two groups. Group number 1, specimen writing or request writing. B, admitted writing or collected standards. Specimen writing or request standards, writing taken from the person on request purely for the purpose of comparison with the question writing, known as specimen writing. Admitted writing or collected standard, writing which are written in normal routine course of business by an individual, known as collected standards. In general, these standards are considered as better comparison material. The reason that at the time of writing, the writer did not aware that in future this writing will be utilized for the purpose of comparison, so that he reflects his normal writing habits unconsciously, but it is not always true. Specimen writing are found instrumental and better comparison material sometimes. Procurement of specimen writing. To get the normal and the natural writing of an individual, following precautions should be taken. Precaution number 1, give dictation instead of copying the question text. Number 2, investigation officer should be vigilant and watchful towards attempt of disguise by the writer. Next, if deliberate disguise is noticed, accelerate the speed of dictation. Now, if writer continues with disguise, then change the order of lines, sequence of words of question text in dictation. Next is, take the specimen with time interval. Take away the previous page written earlier from the sight of writer. Next is, specimen writing should be in the same language, same style of writing. For example, if the question text is written in a capital letters, then specimen should also be taken in the same manner. If written in cursive style, then specimen are required accordingly. The next is, to avoid variation in writing due to different writing instruments, it is better to take the specimen with the same class of the writing instrument. Next is, paper of identical surface, size and shapes are desirable. The specimens are duly verified by the two independent and reliable witnesses, including the investigating officer. Each page bears the name, parentage, age, hand used in writing, date, place and physical condition of the writer should also be mentioned. Every page of the specimen writing must be verified by the two witnesses. They should be reliable. The next is, to ensure the authenticity, it advisable to obtain specimen in presence of magistrate or class 2 officer. This verification ensures the authenticity of the specimen writing and provides them a status of known exemplars. Preservation, protection of forensic document from all possible damages and keep them in original status, it is always necessary. They should be kept safe and handled properly. Following few precautions are taken into consideration. Number 1, do not fold the document unnecessarily. Keep the document in a dry and clean place. Don't handle the document with weight or oily hand. Don't put finger on the writing during the examination of question documents. Do not apply pressure over the document. Next is, don't poke, staple, insert the pin on the document. You have to use U pin instead of all pin. Avoid smoking, drinking and eating at the place where the documents are handled. Next is, avoid long exposure to sunlight. Keep away from fire and high voltage light source. Next is, keep documents away from the damp, moist place and protect them from termite and rodent. Next is, avoid lamination of documents. Cellophane tape should not be applied on the writing portion. Next is, in case of charred document, cordon off the charred mass properly to protect from air and water. Now, dispatching. You may be agreeing with me that we are recognized by our names. It is one of our identities. Similarly, documents refer for examination needed proper nomenclature. In common practice, the question documents are marked with Q, specimens are marked with S and admitted documents by N series. Before sending the documents for examination, the marking of exhibits must be done. The documents should be kept in a dry, transparent polythene bag. Keep the documents in an envelope which is properly closed. Prepare a detailed draft containing brief story of the case, description of the document and questionnaire. Keep this draft and specimen seal impression in another envelope. Put these two envelopes in a big envelope. Write the correct address of the question document laboratory. Close the envelope and sealed it properly. Write the correct and complete address above the envelope. The instruments and tools have properly and happily been described as extension of human sense and human hands. It is interesting that writing is made without measurement, but many writing features are measurable. Slant, size, spacing, pen pressure, curvature, length, width of the writing strokes, etc. can be measured. Certain instruments and scales are used for these measurements. In document examination, minute and almost inconspicuous writing features play a decisive role in ascertaining the genuineness. Ability to see clearly differs greatly in different individuals. Human vision has its limitation. Minute and almost inconspicuous features cannot be examined by naked eyes. It needs some optical helps, which gives the enlarged image of minute writing features. Hence, magnifying aids and measuring scales become primary need for document examination. Some useful scientific aids are described below. Glass magnifier. Glass magnifier is generally a glass of good quality, corrected for color and aberrations. With 2 inches diameter, covers a reasonable field of view. It gives 3 to 4 times magnification. This magnifier sufficiently and successfully used in routine examination. Illuminated magnifiers. A battery supported light source is attached with handle of magnifier. This light source illuminated the object. Association of light with magnification gives a clear view. This magnifier is found useful when examination is conducted in poor light condition. Binocular magnifiers. It has an advantage of binocular magnification of an object. The hands are remained free as the magnifier is fixed with the forehead with a hairband. The distance between eyes and twin lenses can be adjusted. Stereo microscope. The stereo microscope provided a valuable help in document examination. It gives a stereoscopic or 3-dimensional image which are erect and correctly oriented. This has less degree of enhancement as compared to the monocular microscope. The next is compound microscope. The monocular compound microscope is quite useful in examination under high degree of magnification. It has a single eyepiece with 3 objectives ranging from 1 inch to 6, is capable to cover almost all requirements. The next is comparison microscope. Sometimes it becomes necessary to view the two objects simultaneously in a same field of magnification. Such examination can be done with the help of comparison microscope. This comparison microscope provides facility of side-by-side comparison of the two separate objects. The image of the two separate objects is seen in single view. In absence of comparison microscope, the two compounds microscope are put together and linked with the comparator head. This makeshift arrangement can be used in place of compound microscope. Measuring apparatus. A metal scale made of stainless steel, graduated in both inches and centimeters, is an useful tool for measuring certain writing strokes and qualities. Various quantities like length, height, extent of stroke, slant, size, proportion, alignment, etc. can be measured by the specific scales. But for more accurate and convincing measurements, glass scales are the best choice, because the reason is that the graduations can be brought accurately in the contact of the actual part of the writing. Needle pointed parallel dividers may also be used for accurate measurement, but it is required skilled person to handle it. Micrometer calipers with ratchet stop is found quite useful. Protector. For measuring the slant in handwriting and typewriting, protectors are found useful. Graduated glass protectors can be placed on the letter accurately. Curve meter. This instrument is useful for measuring the curvatures and turns accurately in formation of the writing characters. Consistent similarity or differences in curve formation provide help in analyzing the writing habits of writer. As a constituent parts of a letter, curve has sufficient identifying value, identification of handwriting. This instrument can accurately measure the curve and turns of the writing. The question documents examination is related to a document that is disputed in a court of law. The primary purpose is to ascertain the genuineness using scientific process and methods. It provides correct direction to police, a potential evidence to prosecution, and a very valuable help to the honorable judiciary. The examination of question document is generally confined to analysis of handwriting, but it has a wide range. Besides writing, it covers examination of writing surface and writing instruments also, and other related facts associated with the documents. The scope of document examination is very wide. Numerous evidences may be derived from the thorough examination of forensic document. Some of them are as under. Number 1. Identification of handwriting to identify or eliminate the person as a source of handwriting. Next is detection of forgery to establish the genuineness or non-genuineness of a document. Next is fraudulent alteration and manipulation in a genuine document. Paper and ink analysis. Next is determination of relative age of document, determination of relative age of writer, restoration of child document and examination, visualization and examination of secret writing, sequence of crossing of strokes of writing, visualization and examination of indented writing, rubber seal impressions, counterfeit of currency, physical matching of paper. Next is examination of staple mark and serration, etc. The scientific examination of question documents has following steps. Number 1, observation. First, see the question documents as a whole and find out any abnormality or fraudulence. Then concentrate on the specific area where the problem persists. Number 2, examination of standard writing from virtue of suitability, sufficiency for thorough examination and comparison with the question documents. Number 3, pick up real writing individualities, weigh them in terms of their identifying values, evaluate the similarities or differences. Next is draw inference based on the cumulative consideration of the real and reliable writing individualities. Next is verification of validation and peer review of findings. From this episode, it is concluded that the forensic document science is an important branch of science. It deals with the scientific examination of each and every aspect of document. In present scenario, where the white collar crime are on the rise, examination of question document become imperative. Duly procured specimen, their proper preservation and marking are basic requirement for comparison. Thorough examination of question documents and their scientific comparison includes various steps. That the role of photography in examination as well as its importance in keeping the permanent record of documents. Contribution of optical apparatus and measuring scales in document examination is quite valuable. They provide great help in understanding and demonstrating the significance of minute facts. Finding of a document expert can also be illustrated to the Honorable Court and Defense Counsel in convincing manner. We also discussed the process and methods of scientific examination of question documents. I hope you were enjoyed this session. If you want to learn more about the topic, please log on our website where you will get FAQ, LOR, assignments and many more. Keep learning. Thanks and goodbye.